Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Clint Renfro, and today we're going to go over AEP 855 Module 1. A little bit about me professionally. Last year was my first year teaching. I am a social studies teacher. I am the head basketball boys coach for the junior high, and I'm also the Quiz Bowl coach, all of which gave me insight to the minds of 7th and 8th graders that if you haven't experienced, it's a pretty fun place to be. A little bit crazy, pretty fun. Personally, I'm 39 years old. I'm married. My beautiful wife, Beth. We have 3 kids, and I spent 15 years in the Army. I think that experience in the military has given me a lot of insight into how to be a good leader and to also be a good follower because in order to be both, you have to be well versed in how to do both in different ways. But my hobbies include boating. We have a boat. Our girls love to be out on the lake. I love fishing. And probably my biggest passion is bird hunting. And as you can see, I have Hungarian pointers. This one right here in the middle, that's Hank. He is 1. And this is his mom, Daisy, and she is 3. And they're both amazing. I love them both. They're great hunters. But that's what I do every day after school when I'm done with practice in the fall. I'm taking these dogs out into the field and helping them find me some birds. Anyways, reflection on the readings. So we were introduced to 3 types of mindsets. The first one being that all students can learn. I think in our society today, there's a need for immediate gratification, and if students can't grasp some information immediately the way that we present it the first time, some of us can get agitated and think that, oh well, it's just easier to write these guys off and let special education do their thing. But obviously, all students can learn. We just have to find how to approach each student and how to encourage them to use everything that they have in a way that will help them blossom uh, in an educator situation. Teacher collaboration versus isolation. Um, I'm kind of a loner, but reading some of my own research and stuff that I went out and found, I found one article that said teachers universally point to the impact of teacher collaboration on student learning by improving classroom practice, promoting data use, increasing academic rigor, and supporting students' academic needs. So by working together, we can improve all of these areas far, far better than we could on our own. And the third one is happiness and optimism. I mean, yes. If you don't have that kind of mindset, I mean, it's just, it can wear you down. And happiness is a choice. You have to choose to roll with the punches and rock and roll with every day and every situation that you're given, or it's gonna tear you down. But incredibly important to have all 3. 5 types of dispositions. Personally, I think I am very well versed in all of these. I think also professionally, without a doubt, I'm very, very confident in myself. I love being in front. I love taking the lead. I also am a risk taker, and I can be decisive. Um, you just have to have confidence in your decisions. Also, I have a huge, very, very good sense of humor. My students love it. My peers love it. I can be assertive. I am probably one of the tougher teachers when it comes to classroom management, but I'm also very empathetic as well. I can definitely put myself in the shoes of my students and of my peers and use that to my advantage and to their advantage as well. Like, I understand where you're coming from. However, this is why we're going to do it, and this is how it's going to help you and how it's going to help me, and this is the end of the show. So, like, you set the groundwork, you tell them why, you tell them how it's going to happen, help both parties, and then go. Also, you have to be a learner. You just have to continually learn because none of us know everything. And if we don't have a mindset of being a learner and finding out new things and discovering new ways of doing things, we're going to get worse. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And one way for us as educators to do that is by continually learning. Um, 3 types of practices. We were introduced to focusing and prioritizing time, examining feedback and data, and emotional intelligence. I think I'm very strong on emotional intelligence. I'm always very respectful to everybody. I'm always very cool and level-headed. Examining feedback and data, I am not good at. I will definitely strive to improve on that. And focusing and prioritizing time, I'm usually really, really good at that, but I could also always use improvement. 8 principles of ethical leadership: personal courage, public interest, self-control, task and employee centeredness, recognizing talent, requiring high ethics from everybody, sensitivity, understanding, and inclusiveness. I think um, a couple of places that I definitely need to improve on is recognizing talent and my sensitivity. Um, when the occasion arises that I'm having trouble determining what some students' strengths and talents are, I tend to look to their peers and look around them and see what works for everybody else instead of putting the extra couple of minutes in just to figure out exactly what every student needs and what their talents are and how to incorporate that into their learning. That is one area that I've been focused on um, since I've been working in the Transition to Teach program. So hopefully I can continue to get better on that. And also sensitivity. I'm not known for being overly sensitive. I think I can definitely improve in that area. It's just I, I want my students to be kind of tough. I don't want them to be, you know, overly soft. I want them to be ready for the world as a global citizen, and sometimes that means you just have to be tough and you have to tough through stuff. So by doing what I say, I am not always as sensitive as I should be, and I understand that, and I can definitely work on that and will work on that. Um, let's see, the critiques. How do personal use, professional use, thoughts about, and misgivings of mindset, disposition, current teaching practices, principles of ethical leadership influence my decisions? Like, I strive to help prepare my students, family members, and peers to become better global citizens every day. And I do that by being mindful of and including practices covered in this assignment to the best of my ability. Look, none of us are perfect, but we do already use these things. We are just learning the names and titles of them and some of the best practices that have been researched before us. What, if any, changes do I need to make in order to become a highly successful future school teacher? I need to, like I said, recognize talent. I need to be able to see what they're good at and focus on that and include that in their learning so that they can use their talents to be successful and improve their self-confidence. I need to work on teacher collaboration and examining feedback and data. How does all of this support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult? As educators, I believe it's our calling to help build a solid foundation for each of our students and our colleagues. In doing so, we should implement a whole person strategy. By introducing these attributes, principles, and practices into our lives and classrooms, we will see irrefutable results. That is what we all want. Uh, Correlation, standard correlation. This assignment shows direct correlation with the standard in the rationale directly. In the title of the rationale, it says it links everything right back to the standard. The instructor begins by asking students to discuss professional dispositions using reflections, i.e. these slides, and modeling this video. Relevant: anytime I'm introduced to content that builds my educational foundations and provides a new understanding of conceptual information regarding best practices, I consider it an improvement. Becoming a teacher or becoming a leader is paramount to the success of an educator, and understanding the fundamental principles behind the process are instrumental to the success of that learning process. That's how it's relevant. Reflection. I know which areas I need to focus on in order to improve. There are areas we can all work on, but sometimes that becomes secondary to daily routines and the status quo. In order to see the areas we need to focus on, they must first be brought to light, and that is exactly what this assignment has done for me. Here are my references, so I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you guys, have a great day.